Hello, my internet friends. My name is Kitty Over 10, and welcome to my Week 4 commentary of Dance with the Stars Season 24. This week was the blubbery mess that's known as Most Memorable Year Week. Now, depending on your cast of celebrities, this theme can either be a success or a failure. For this season, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. So, guess what? It was bronchitis that I was dealing with last week. I'm still trying to get over it. My throat's still a little raw and scratchy. So, if you hear me coughing or whatever for that reason, I apologize on that one. So, yeah. Brace yourselves, guys. It's gonna go down. Oh, look! A desperate attempt to get more people to support Normani by bringing in what's left of her bandmates to perform during her segment. All throughout her time on screen, they were just pipping Normani and Fifth Harmony left and right. Ugh, can we just focus on her dancing, please? Honestly, it was a bit of a snooze fest. The only thing salvageable was the singing. I may hate Fifth Harmony with a passion, but I can honestly say they sound pretty good. Especially now that Camila's chipmunk-ass voice is out of the picture. You know, watching it again, Normani moved like she was running around with her head cut off. And, girls, you're supposed to be singing, not getting distracted by your friend dancing. That 9 from Bruno, by the way, was way too generous. It was good, but it wasn't incredible. All this hype with Normani and Val is seriously getting out of hand. Then again, every hype with anyone that's paired with Val gets out of hand. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think the judges were being way too lenient on Normani in the past 3 weeks due to her being on tour and whatnot. But since the tour has wind down, there's no more excuses. Come on, show us what you're made of, for real. And, yeah, we'll see how you do then. So, Nick wanted to be at Bachelor one last time? That's what I gathered from this dance. Like Normani's, I felt bored. Even when Peta was dancing with him, I felt bored. What is even happening? Has Peta lost her spark since she had Shy? It kind of seems to be the case, and it's a shame because I really love her work. There's some debate on social media on whether having Vanessa come in the dance at the end was really necessary. I think I got the story of what they were going for. Peta and the Troop girls were the ones prying for Nick, and at the end, he chooses his woman. Cute concept. It got a little out of hand in the end. It had me cringing. But all in all, I did enjoy it. Well done. I bet you guys thought she was gonna breed up the whole Tanya Harding bullshit. Ha! You was wrong. Nancy wants to get past that, and I think we should all do the same. I'm pretty sure she's forgiven the woman, for God's sake. Instead, she gave us a story on struggling to have the perfect family fantasy that she had in mind. So many miscarriages. I don't know how that sweet woman braved through her days. Oh my god, her dance was mesmerizing. I love how Nancy extends her lines. She soars like a bird. Every week, my expectations from her get thrown out the window. I believe she's a true contender, and with her improving each and every week, I could see her in it for the long haul. I could be happy with that, and I think Nancy and Arnold could be as well. Let's make that happen. Well. Mr. T had the waltz this week. How did he do? Basically, it was like all of his other routines. Flat. But he did move a bit more, which was a relief for myself. But doesn't it seem like every contestant who is religious uses Amazing Grace in their routines? I see a pattern here. Mr. T is a very sweet man, and he's very generous. I may give him hell for being atrocious week after week, but I feel like that this was his second best dance. I prefer the one from last week to be his best. All in all, it was still a tangible routine, and it could tug at the heartstring. I was thinking about this earlier. Heather spent 3 weeks prepping for the premiere with Max? And with his injury, she has spent 3 weeks dancing with Alan. What happens if and when Max returns? She's going to be thrown in a bigger fucktopus loop than anyone else has in the history of the show. Going to her cha-cha, this was adorable. I loved her little spin on it, all the hip swaying and the churns. It took me by surprise. It was just lovely. It put a smile on my face. I hate the song. I think it's overrated. But I loved it. Some of you are probably going to cry foul on Heather just because of her previous experience. What did you expect? The producers are going to cast people that are going to get people's attention. So in a sense, they're getting what they are wanting. People to see Heather dance. I gotta give Max props for campaigning for Alan to be a pro. At least he and I can be on the same page for once. Oh, Grandpa Rossi, I want to be forever young too. I long for the innocent days where you didn't have to worry about adulting. This dance was just lovely. However, I do see where the judges were coming from when they said he was bouncing. To their credit, the Viennese waltz does need to be smooth as hell. However, I do see David improving, just like Nancy. Remember when I said last week that no one's story was going to be predictable? I was half right on David. The other half was obviously about the 2016 win for the Cubbies. I think that would be anyone's most memorable year if you are a fan or part of the team. My own grandparents said they could die happy knowing the Cubs won. David Ross is wonderful. That's all I got for him this week. Rashad Jennings. Oh my god, where do I even begin? First off, that was one of the most beautiful, artistic contemporaries I have seen in a while. I'm pretty sure Emma got a few pointers from Derek. And then you hear his story about how he felt like he wasn't loved enough by his father. And the love and support from his family. Oh my goodness, that's just enough to pull at my heartstrings. I commend Rashad for sacrificing his career for his family. That is what I've always believed in. Family over career. That's pretty much what I tell you guys every time I have a family emergency. My family comes first before my YouTube live. Where were we? Right, sorry. I don't know when the waterworks came in for me. I just know that I was crying by the end of the dance. This was a lovely dedication to his family, particularly his father. And this was my favorite dance out of the night. Those 10s were definitely worth it. Let's all be honest. We forgot about Erika after seeing Rashad perform. I'm pretty sure we all forgot about her as the night progressed and concluded. I don't remember much of her performance. I get that she wants to be sexy, but you can still be that way while being vulnerable. Partially, I blame both her and Gleb for the same sexual shit every week. Everyone else is opening up and letting yourself be a different person. But Erika has this piss-poor attitude like, oh hell no, I ain't changing for nobody. She reminds me of Tamar Braxton in that spectacle. But guess what? Even Tamar's ghetto ass opened up when she competed. So what the fuck is with Erika? And what is it with her year? She's all like, I chose the year I moved to New York to chase my dreams. Really? Your dreams are more important than your own child? Ugh. You are the definition of what it means to be a Richie Rich, selfish bitch. I'm done with your ass. I wasn't really sure what Simone was going to open up about during her segment. I thought she was going to talk about the Olympics, like most athletes milk it in their success do. But she went in with a whole different approach. I didn't know that her birth parents abandoned her in a sense. I didn't know that she was adopted by her grandparents. Oh my god. I just have no idea if I could put into words how much I was crying. It was about the same amount of tears as I had with Rashad's. Simone carries a spark of optimism, and the way that she dances gives the audience a different outlook, a whole new light, if you will, on her. Personally, I'm growing more in love with Simone Biles the dancer more than Simone Biles the gymnast. And I'm gonna say it, and I don't care who disagrees with me, I am going to say it. Simone, for me, is better than Lori. I don't understand why there wasn't any 10s on the board. Kind of a bullshit move. I felt like her dance deserved the same amount of points as Rashad's. And getting the 10th spot this week was our champion bull rider. I cringe every time when they play the footage from his accident. It just bewilders me on how he managed to survive that impact. I was hoping for a comeback, especially from last week's disaster. I didn't get any of that. He did better, but he was still stiff, stuck out like a sore thumb, and his dance didn't stick out in my mind after the show concluded. I wanted to love this dance. I tried to love it, but at the end of the day, it was just okay. If we could stop showing the footage of Bonner's accident and making us all cringe, that'd be great. Well, guys, I'm 3 for 3 on the eliminations. This has never happened before. What do I do? What do I get? Do I win a vacation package? I read somewhere that in his salary from Dancing with the Stars, Mr. T plans on giving it to Shriners Hospital for Children and to St. Jude. That's just the sweetest thing anyone of that status could do. He has a kind, generous heart. I think we should be like him every now and then. The little things can make a big difference. Mr. T, I salute you. But you still suck at dancing. Next week is the joyous Disney week. They better not fuck up like they did last year. I still call foul on that. And since we have Lenny for the entire run of the season, no guest judges! Thank God! Since next week is also the halfway mark of the competition, you can't help but wonder that this is around the time where we see, the shocking eliminations. Honestly, I want Erika to go away, but I feel like Normani might be the shocker of the season based on that mediocre segment of hers. Sound off in the comments below. What did you guys think of this season's Dismal Crying Fest? Who stuck out for you? Who do you have no sympathy for? What do you think of my little theory? If you guys enjoyed this week's video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel and want to see more of me in the future, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be alerted when I upload new content. Until next week for some Disney magic, take care everybody.